So Liz, while I'm finishing this up, what are you making today?
I am making a vegetable chili. And we're going to put zucchini, squash, onions, some beans, some crushed tomatoes, and a bunch of different spices in there.
And beans, right?
Beans, yeah.
Y habichuela.
You might try to put some kale in here. Do you guys like this?
¿A quién le gusta esa hierba?
And this vegetable chili, it's not restricted to just the vegetables that we have here. You find when you're going through your produce bin at home and you have a bunch of extra vegetables and you're like, what am I going to do with them? Chop them all up, put them in a sauté pan, and put some spices in there. You can make your own chili at home.
Y este chili es basado en vegetales. No necesariamente tiene que utilizar esos vegetales. Cualquier vegetal que usted tenga en la casa lo puede utilizar. Si tiene algo en su casa, en su nevera que no está usando, lo puede. Este chili no tiene carne, es todo vegetal, por eso no tiene que usar solamente eso, puede usar cualquier vegetal.
That's a nice chef trick too. Does anybody grow at home? No? Nobody? Any gardeners? No?
¿Hay alguien que siembra su vegetal en la casa?
Yeah? When you get that zucchini at the end of the season, yeah, that's what you do. You make chili, you know?
He has beans, peppers,
all
cilantro.
All of that, yep. And that's a chef trick too, you know?
Huh? And potatoes.
Oh, nice. Potatoes are nice, yeah. Potatoes and beans together, that makes a nice, satisfying. You won't even miss the meat, you know? Tomatoes are very, very juicy here, so. Alright, so I'm going to mix this up. We got our tomatoes, add the corn, some onions. Oh yeah. Our beans. And we'll just put a little bit. I'm running out of room in the bowl here. There we go. And oh yes, the mango. Don't want to forget that. Oh, mango. I love mangoes.
You guys like mangoes?
I love them. Yeah, they're nice. These are nice and bright. So a little salt and pepper. Need that cilantro. To get the most out of your lime here, I can feel this. It was kind of plump, right? I feel like I can squeeze it like a rubber ball. That's a nice juicy lime, right? So you can also give it a little smush. Right? Get all that juice out of there. Yep.
Likewise, if you're short on time or if you're just lazy like I am sometimes, you can pop that in the microwave for 10 seconds. It'll break all those capsules inside there, so it's really juicy.
Right. Yep, it's a nice juicy lime. This is another thing too, right? We have jalapenos.
Para lo que le gustan el picante, un poco de jalapeño.
Do you like spicy, picante?
¿Quién le gusta picante?
I'm going to put two bowls together here.
She does.
My mom. Yeah, a lot of people don't like the spicy. Who likes it spicy?
She does.
Yeah?
One thing, if you're not used to handling hot peppers, I always wear gloves when I'm at home because I've chopped up a hot pepper before and then gone to take my contacts out. It was not pretty.
Yeah, the other dish that we're making today is fruit and yogurt parfaits. And we did get some beautiful fruits from the farmer's market. We got some blueberries, raspberries, watermelons actually from the grocery store. But hopefully they'll have those at the market before long.
The audience has a question regarding the onions, Dave.
Yes.
What is the best trick to cut an onion and you won't cry?
Wow.
That's a top secret.
That is a top secret, but it's kind of a superstition. You know, I mean, running water, ventilation, open window, right?
I used to cry when I cut up onions, and all of a sudden one day I just stopped. I think the more you do it, it definitely becomes a lot easier.
Practice, right?
¿Cómo? She has a
Yes.
good idea.
Go ahead.
She says she puts a piece of bread in her mouth
Okay.
and it doesn't make her cry.
My mom does that.
Does it work?
Your mom? La mamá de ella hace eso.
Right, here's another interesting thing too. I put in some chopped cilantro.
Como pudieron ver, él le echó un poquito de cilantro.
And I'm also reading nowadays that a lot of herbs and spices have health benefits too. So it's nice that what looks good, tastes good, it's also good for you. So.
La comida.
They're touching on what David said. I use a lot of peppers at home, and I've just started growing them. And I didn't realize that when you go to the market, there's green peppers, orange peppers, and red peppers. I thought they were all different plants, but it's actually the same plant. The longer you leave a green pepper on the plant, it'll start to turn red or orange. It gets a little bit sweeter. So it's kind of nice. And actually, peppers are so good for you. They have almost as much vitamin C as an orange does. So they're great to have just as an immune system booster.
So I'm going to taste. I would wait, yeah. Let those cook quite a bit. Does anybody have any questions? We love questions. So.
¿Alguien tiene alguna pregunta?
Sí, que yo quiero probar
So there you have it. Nice, beautiful 5-color salsa with some fresh mango, some fresh cilantro. Looks beautiful. Make it ahead. Throw it in the refrigerator when you want that nice healthy snack on a hot day. Nice and cold. We have some multi-grain chips. Alright, so who's ready to give it a taste? It'll take us a few minutes to dish this up, and in the meantime, take it away.
I think it's the mango.
Over there.
And the reason why we put all those hardy vegetables in first is because they're a little bit harder, and we need to make sure that they cook all the way through so that it's not really, really crunchy when you bite into it. And like I said before, it doesn't have to be these vegetables. You can put whatever you have at home that you want to cook up inside this, just to use it up. David cut some kale that he got here. We put that in here, and we've got some fresh tomatoes in here. And then the spices that we use are really varied. I mean, you can use it for what you like to eat at home, but we have some chili powder, some paprika, some salt, some pepper, use a little bit of cayenne pepper to make it a little spicy, and cumin. And cumin's one of those great spices that people don't really think about nutritional value in a spice, but cumin's loaded with iron, which is really good for you. And one of the neat things about cumin is that it's been around for so long. It's mentioned in the Bible. They used it for currency. And in Egypt, they actually used it to preserve pharaohs when they were mummifying. So it's a really interesting spice, and it's really good for you.
I'm going to show you a little technique with the watermelon while we're waiting for that to finish. So you might see these in the market in a couple of weeks. They're not quite ready yet. This one I got Stop and Shop, right, on sale. It's round, so this is dangerous when you have a knife in your hand, right? You want to be very careful. So what you want to do is, when you get a whole one, you cut the ends off. You want that flat surface, right? So.
Como es redondo, hay que tener cuidado porque se le puede caer. Entonces, si usted corta la punta, tiene una superficie plana. Como él hizo ahora.
So now this makes it nice and easy.
Eso lo hace más fácil para poder cortar.
Now always with the blade facing away, right?
Recuerden
Just go right around like this.
Recuerde que utilice el cuchillo no hacia usted, sino el lado opuesto.
You follow this line right here. Right? You always take a little bit off, very small at a time.
Le va cortando de a poquito, no los pedazos grandes, de a poquito.
You can always take more off, right? But you can't put it back on after. So there you go. You make it, you slice it or chop it up the way you want it. We're going to make it small for the parfaits.
While David's finishing that up, you might notice I'm putting a lot more spices and stuff in here. When you're making food at home and you have a recipe, you don't have to follow it to the T. You know, if you taste it and you think, oh man, I wish there was more chili powder in it, put more chili powder in it. Put more cumin, put more of whatever you want. Just taste it as you go to find out exactly what you like.
And that's the fun with chili, and especially when you come to the farmer's market, you can just buy whatever looks good to you. It's all gonna work in the chili. So that's good. Yep. A couple of minutes on that, just till it comes to a boil. Yeah, no, that's very tasty. You can taste some fresh